Salutations to you, sincere Akim, teaching the truth and sincerity. Lesson will be entitled Hard Times Are Coming or Hard Times Are Here. Alright, and it's only going to get worse. Day by day, second by second, minute by minute, it's only going to intensify the situation, and these Americans are through. Alright?
It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 8, and verse 50. It said, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time."
What's the miseries? People losing their homes, losing family members, and suicidal ideation, which also is going to promote what? Actually, the intent of suicide because of their financial situation. If a person can't move from a financial standpoint, it's like they're being smothered alive, right? You can't do nothing. You can't pay your bills. So what is the point? Now you even got Esau on TikTok saying, what is the point to have all these jobs? It's like we're just living to work. You're working to live, you're living to work.
Not to mention that Esau is so crafty, he's turned comfort into a weapon, man. Because people have been so confident and pacified in America, man, to be able to just be, living good and enjoying life and not worrying about wars or nobody, invading Babylon, America, to the point now it's going to be that taken away from them, that privilege of comfort, and these Americans not used to that, so they're going to go completely crazy, man, because this devil, he has examined and, like I say, pacified. Now he's going to take them things away, which is going to be what? The problem. Now he's observing the behaviors after he caused this problem. Now he's going to come with that solution, man, which is going to be that corral, But all this devil does, man, is use anything at his advantage to be a weapon. And comfort was a weapon, man. Matter of fact, comfort is like a drug. America is addicted to just comfort, man.
But there was the comfort of, what you call it, dopamine, because they say the three biggest dopamine releases is working out, eating, and sex. So you got that constant comfort with what you call rich foods, the process. The process overstimulates your mind, right? When you go into like drugs, it overstimulates your senses. Like when you go, that's why you got to go to food, drug association.
Right.
So you turn comfort to a drug, like you said. It's the same effects.
Right.
That's why people say I have a taste for this. I have a taste for that.
And that's the opposite of what your body is saying. Your body will give you cravings to get those nutrients in. You saw that got your brain addicted to his product. Let's get that taste from it.
It says 2nd Ezra 8 and 50. For many great misery shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world.
These miseries are coming on people because of judgment, for being wicked. So these miseries is only going to get worse and worse, man. I mean, we're in some hard, troublesome times. And the best solution is Yahweh Shem Shah. An extra job is not going to do it. You cutting your expense costs is not going to do it. You literally need Yahweh Shem Shah. It's the only solution to this fucking reality, so-called reality. And if you know anything about a snake is going to continue to squeeze and squeeze and squeeze until the prey taps out. And that's what Esau is doing with this economic system. He wants the people to tap out and then run to him for solution or it out of chaos.
It says because they have walked in great pride.
Because they have walked out of great pride. And who fulfills that profile? The so-called American people, right? They think they're they're extremely prideful, and they feel that America will never go down. They really believe, you got some idiots really believe that America's winning this war. Trump said 3 weeks ago we won the war. Well, if you won the war, why are you talking about ceasefire solutions? Or military drafts? Or more money for a war? That don't even make sense.
I got that definition for misery in the etymology online. State of grievous affection, condition of external unhappiness, miserable situation, misfortune, distress.
Misfortune, you losing your home. We call you mortgage. That's a misery. And we talk about middle class America. Voucher system, so they was getting paid a fixed income, all right, to pay for a mobile home. You went into that a while back, right? So they'll live in a community where it's fixed income, right?
Right.
But then they'll lose that government benefit. Now they can't pay for this fixed income situation. So people are losing their mobile homes, they're losing their home, all type of things, daycare, cars.
Because you got BlackRock / Blackstone are buying up a lot of commercial properties, home properties, banks, which is electric companies, which they're just jacking up the prices, man. So, that's like something that's kind of flying on the radar when it comes to the people, but it's happening, man.
Yeah, because one investment company that they own, people's trying to get their money out, they told them no.
BlackRock?
It was BlackRock, yeah. It was BlackRock. I got one for you since you brought up the definition. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so come as a thief in the night. Verse 3.
It's going to be a thief in the night because people are unaware. The people are oblivious. Like, people don't understand the gravity of this war. They don't understand what it's going to lead into.
Right.
See, they're so used to America fighting wars and, things getting kind of rocky a little bit here. Maybe gas price might be affected. But they don't know that this thing going to keep going and going and going till you get deployed over there or the war coming over here to you.
Yes, sir.
Yahushua prophesied that within the latter times he's going to bring forth upon the nation perplexity.
Yeah.
He goes to the word perplexity, he goes to like uncertainty.
Yeah.
Like confusion.
Not knowing what to do.
Not knowing what to do. But only ones who watching at those doors are the elect. This is the man that watched daily at my gates, pursuant to proverb. So a lot of people, they're going to get caught off guard when it's so confusion.
And we deserve the way the Lord gonna bring this. We deserve. People need it. People need the Lord to bring forth what we gonna do. Our people fucked up. People fucked up. Like I did the video yesterday, and they flagged me for it though. You see Jake in the club. They just fighting for no reason. On the beach, they just fighting. Fighting each other. So man, the Lord gonna do this place, it will deserve.
He's going to give them a hard reset.
Yeah.
It's hurting easy.
Okay, this is verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes on them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
And then when that travail comes, the birth pain, you can't reverse it. We going to that little Friday. The child got to come now. So we in the time, and the Most High, you can tell he looks the earth into birth pain. He made the earth go into these birth pains, man, and we're seeing the beginnings of it, and it's going to intensify, man. And what's different with this conflict and the Russian conflict, they running up their escalation rate, man. You look at how they going back and forth, and they just constantly escalating up their ladder. They running up their ladder, man, because the Lord got the earth going through these birth pains, man. Because the Lord ready to close this shit out and bring in his sons and rule. His sons get it now. You don't punish your son if he get it. Then okay, now, you give him,
I will go and return to my place. And now we've been out here. We serious. But we out here. And how the song go? It's Saturday. It's Saturday. We out here. This ain't nigga day for us. So on a day, on girls' night out, the virgin is crying like.
And then to back up with the definition of misery, it goes into travail, goes into Odin, Strong's G5604 Odin, and according to outline of biblical usage, intolerable anguish in reference to the dire calamities precede the advent of the Messiah. So if you break down intolerable anguish, it goes into like mental and physical pain, miseries. So really,
like you say, because brother brought it up about the birth pains, man. Women get them epidural shots to ease that pain when they're in labor, man. But there's not going to be no epidural when the Lord really starts opening up this judgment more and more, man. People are going to feel the anguish, the pain, the grievousness of the Lord's judgment, man.
So mental and physical pain in reference to the dire calamities before the arrival of the Messiah.
Yep, the birth pain.
Hosea 5 and 15. I would go and return to my place, to that knowledge the offense.
Like I said, that's the point. That's the purpose of a father. It's not just to put all your anger out on your son. It's to do it with the intent that he acknowledges his offense. So can you read it again about yourself?
Hosea 5:15. I will go and return to my place and to acknowledge their offense and seek my face. And seek my face.
So what's that in Chronicles 2, 2 Chronicles 8? You know, as they turn their face to the east. So that connects. Because now we've acknowledged our offense. We turned our face towards him. All right, that's why we're on the highways and the byways, man. What do they say when they're so-called out of space? Earth to Mars. So it's like we're trying to communicate with the Heavenly Father from Earth. You know?
And he's responding through prophecy.
Yeah.
Speeding it up.
Yeah, you request something, and then the Lord responds with prophecy.
And we're going to speak the time.
And their affliction that would seek me early.
America was the affliction. So America was set up to be bitter, Mara, to drive the 1/3 into a state of repentance. All right? To drive the 1/3 into a state of repentance. So that Yahweh Bashima Shah can come and get his son. You know, picture a 4-year-old reaching out to his son like that. That's what we're doing, man. I'm sorry, picture a 4-year-old reaching out to his father like that. So that's what we're doing. We're reaching out to Abba like that, man.
Bro, it's crazy. I seen a video yesterday. This girl, as soon as daddy came up, she started running. As soon as she seen her daddy, daddy, she ran to a fence to get to her father. She broke and that little girl, little bit baby, she was hollering, daddy, daddy. And that's how we see it. That's how we trying to get to the Lord.
Right.
Trying to break our neck to get to the Lord.
You got it, bro.
And then Isaiah 62 and 6. I said, watch upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, we should never hold their peace.
And that's what brothers doing. You wake up and the brothers doing a wartime prophecy video. They're watching. It's almost like they're looking overseas through the media. So we're watching. And then we're watching because we're taking that and aligning it with the scriptures. Go ahead.
So we should never hold their peace day nor night.
Let me match you up. Psalm 83 verse 1. Keep not you silence, O power. Hold not your peace and be not still, O power.
So the videos are going out during the day, midday, afternoon, at night. Brothers already bring it up. You wake up 2, 3 in the morning and get your phone, somebody going live. Or a video just uploaded, man. So that's the prophets by the Spirit and the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua not holding our peace day nor at night.
You really can get it every second.
Yeah.
Like you really can get the truth every single fucking second, man.
It's a flood.
It's a flood.
It's a flood of wisdom. Because we're just vessels. Every brother has to master his life to where he's basically is a vessel for the Most High. And it's gonna, whatever your light is gonna manifest, you know, through your vessel. You know?
Yeah, they make mention of Yahweh Bashim keep not silent.
We just went into that, man, every second. Because that means a virgin is it's an extended cry. It's an extended cry, man. And it's an extended blow. The wall of Jericho being surrounded, we didn't put that trumpet down yet. You know how to take it down with the brass instruments. Come on, man. All right?
Verse 7. Give him no rest until establish, to make Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
What's that parable about the woman that kept nagging the king? You know? You got to do something, bro.
This was Jerusalem. He's talking this. He says you're going to see crime levels in America that are going to rival that of a third world country. Welcome, Mexico City. You're going to start seeing people being kidnapped in this country like they do in other underdeveloped nations. It's going to be very violent in America.
A person can only take so much before they break. You know, what's the old saying? When you lose it, you lose it.
That's why people not gonna regard their neighbors, man. Like, you know, we always go into it. You might be a neighbor with this guy 20 years, man. Y'all barbecuing, babysitting each other's children and all that kind of. He might be your fucking best man, man. But things really start crunching down and necessities are not relatively available. And your neighbor done ran out, his wife is nagging, his children are crying, but he know you got a few items over there. You might go ask him for something, man. He might give it to you then. But when they run out that time, he comes back. You can't give it to him then. What that's going to start resulting to? He going to start deciding to take it, man, because it's going to be survival of the fittest.
You got to read that quote again. I appreciate it.
Okay, so you're going to see crime levels in America that are going to rival that of a third world country. welcome Mexico City. You're going to start seeing people being kidnapped in this country like they do in other underdeveloped nations.
So I got a quick one. It said 1646, for strangers shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, and take their children captives. For
those strangers, fucking neighbors, your neighbors, your boy that know you got it. Oh yeah, he got that pocket right. Shit, it ain't about 2 or 3 days. Let's go see what's up. You knock on the door and next thing you know, you turn around and walk away from him, he hits you in the back of your fucking head. When you come back to you and your family tired and gagged up, man.
And Jake is already a backdoor person now. Jake is already on a backdoor culture. So just imagine when it's actually survival mode for real.
And it says, finishing off, it says, for in captivity and famine shall they get children.
Damn it. I mean, hey, losing your job will make you lose it, and if a nigga's hungry will make you lose it.
Yep, and if food being inaccessible, because one loaf of bread might be $200, 1 gallon of water might be $50. And they kidnapping children, why $50? So they going in the burbs, kidnapping little ones, or kidnapping their neighbor's little ones. The little one, he might be a sacrifice, like you gonna be a little one, you know?
The Lord causing his kingdom to implode on itself. Because everybody's in their own little paradise, in their own little world, and shit gonna turn to a nightmare real quick. It's not gonna take long for the shit to turn to a nightmare. And they already telegraphing the false flag. I don't know if y'all seen how now in the military bases in Louisiana, Shreveport, so-called 15, unrecognized drones flying over the military base. So they telegraphing that it's going to be a false flag. Then they saying that they couldn't jam them. Yeah, it's just a goddamn lie. Okay, all the technology America got. Yeah, because they got the radar. They got radars in Shreveport, Louisiana. They can see us here. Right now, like that's how much range they cover, like 500 square miles. They just showing you that they can do it like what they call a black swan event, and this shit can change drastically. Like some lead the world behind shit. Like they can really, because now the atmosphere perfect for the elites to sabotage their country, to sabotage their grids. So all they gonna say is Iran.
That's it.
Now they got the perfect scapegoat where they can just say Iran. So the elites, it's prime time, and then you can tell the Lord rushing these niggas, man. Really got the gas on these niggas, man. So it's prime time for the elites to really make a major move to move the needle with this new world order, man.
If I can add, in America are known for, the inside attacks on and try to decoy it at somebody else. Because back in the 60s, it was what they call Operation North, which was a time when Castro, America, some of them senators had got to, and they was finna do a psyop. They was finna paint certain planes to look like Cuban planes, as well as get like some mercenaries to attack Americans and do just kill certain like government officials and shit, and blame it on Cuba to try to make that passage where they'll have the right of way to attack Cuba, man. But it didn't go through. I think when Kennedy had just came in, and he kind of shut it down. But they was ready to do it, man. It was like 4 main generals who had come together to try to do that, man. But the point is, America always willing to sacrifice their own people to make their agenda come to pass, man. Yeah. And like the elder saying, this is the perfect time for the elites because, the war is going on, but the agenda still is hand to bring forth their NWO, man. So it's gonna be a perfect time for them to have people just, completely throwed off and at their knees to find a solution to their issues, man.
Iran or Iran released a statement maybe a week and a half ago, and they stated that if something does happen on the shores of America, we have nothing to do with it. They said that we don't have any beef with the American people. And then even with black people, what they said with the so-called black people, they've been oppressed so much, why the hell would we oppress them further? They're here because they're of oppression. They joined the army because of oppression. But just to prove that black swan event, this is Isaiah 47 and verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For you shall no more be called tender and delicate.
Because America's been pampered. Going back into the petrodollar system, the reason why America's been pampered so long because they had the privilege of their nation having the world reserve currency. So America always had all this spending power as a people. That's why even on the lower tier, even you get the lower class of America, they have access to it. The world don't have access to it, you know, and that's because of that petrol has enjoyed the status, you know, of being, all right, the lady of kingdom, which is like a woman that's married to a rich lord, the rich lord being the elite. So Americans have enjoyed the privilege of being married to a rich lord. That's why it's so much convenience. That's why you gotta be disciplined, because you can destroy yourself with so much convenience here. You gotta be disciplined on your diet, you know, partying, because you got so much access to the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's gonna end quick. Because when that dollar collapse, when this shit inflation hit, when this shit collapse, especially they start fucking around and buying that oil in there you want, this shit gonna spiral out of control. Man.
Yeah, you no longer have the what they call the luxury to go to the Dominican Republic and have a dollar and get 30 of their dollars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like your American money is gonna be just like their money. And then also too, clergy, which proves what? That everything that has happened, including 9/11, what happened? What happened? They did that. You know, it wasn't those other nations, they did that. So when this global reset does happen, or something does happen on the shores of America, it's for that great reset. But who's behind it? Esau. Yeah.
Real quick, Jeremiah 49:31. Arise, get you up into the wealthy nation, referring to America, that dwelleth without care, said the Lord Yahweh.
And then, see, America, when that devil Henry Kissinger, when he pegged the American dollar to their oil, now America can print all this money because you got so much oil. You see, that's why America's been able to just create wealth. The reason why he can go ask for 200 billion is because they can print that shit. It's because of the demand of oil. See, the demand of the dollar was linked to the demand of oil. So long as you got oil in demand, the dollar never go nowhere. That's why all these attempts to try to throw the dollar off, they never work, because you couldn't detach it from the oil. But with this, now they're detaching their dollar from the oil. That's what's gonna make this bitch just collapse. But it became wealthy because America can just print wealth out of nothing.
And there's a point. Trump can't leave. He can't leave. Because of that, you know what I'm saying? Because of that huge risk right there. You know what I'm saying? So he cannot leave, because if he does, what happens? The empire of America really goes down. He can't leave.
And what America see what's transpiring, these so-called third world countries, with the violent bloodshed, riots, you know, the protests, you know, the famines going on over there, the disease, you know, warfare or whatever. They never take into consideration that these same drastic measures can come to our doorsteps. You know,
Cuban blackout.
Yeah, Cuban blackout. You know, so they're not really just expecting things like that can happen. And here we are, you know, it's times.
Well, it's without care. You don't factor that. You already know, grandma gets sick, she can get rushed to the hospital. If my hand palpitation, we take you to the hospital. But what about when those services are no longer, you know,
accessible?
Accessible.
You argue with your husband, you can call 911.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because a lot of husbands, how about myself? A lot of men are like lions, pent up in the cage with their wife. You know, you saw that during 2020. A lot of men that really, it's like you really with a predator. You really in an apartment or a house with an apex predator is already pissed up. And when this grid go out and there's no longer police services, that mouthpiece you got,
That shit's over.
yeah, because Jake, yeah.
And you see the build-up on their social media, especially like Instagram, I know it's probably TikTok as well. Like just talking all that noise on the podcast, you know, just different stuff. I don't need no man. I'd rather choose the bear. So really, that's like internalizing to Jake Spear. Are they self-conscious?
And I'm gonna say this real quick. Why was that even brought up? Like, would you choose a black man or a bear? But to me, that's a spirit. What situation you gonna be in where you gonna have to be in the woods to even deal with a bear? So to me, through the spirit, it's like they foretelling through the spirit what's about to happen.
They got prophesied Amos.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so, but Eve, she's the epitome of someone dwelling without care.
Hey, what's the Lord say? Every idle word shall be weighed. They gonna have to eat that shit.
Hey, cause it was a video went viral in New York that showed two Eves getting like attacked by a pit bull. And Jake, like the onlookers, they're just sitting in the car. Nobody intervened or nothing like that. So on the comment board, the women asking like, these so-called men, why y'all not protecting us? All you see the responses were, y'all chose to back.
So-called black woman, because they're falling at the same time. Vanilla Sky in real time.
So they are our two biggest enemies. It's them.
You ain't lying.
I never do it.
Hey, I used to dump back in the day. Hell, man.
I beg of Jeremiah 49:31, arise to get you up into the wealthy nation that dwelleth without care, said the Lord Yahweh, which have neither gates nor bars, which dwell alone.
Yeah, because think about it, there's no checkpoints get from Mississippi to Alabama. You can go straight through from there. You know, and we also know it's talked about what that missile defensive system. You know, because they once the Russians, okay, China, the EU, anybody that has nuclear capability, they're gonna send those missiles on here.
I looked at you this morning. Iran sent some shit to India yesterday. When we were talking about their range,
Yeah.
Iran capped off at 200 kilometers by choice. But they ain't want to be no threat to nobody else outside the region. They ain't want to make no start. But shit, yesterday, they sent some shit to the, and it was a British air base. That the British gave America the green light to use an air base in India. Shit, Iran sent some shit 4,000 kilometers hit that bitch.
Second Ezra 15, they should destroy a portion of the land of Assyria.
Well, their range getting longer.
I'm telling you, bro.
And you know where it comes. You know where it's gonna end up at.
You said 500 kilometers?
4,000 kilometers.
4,000 kilometers? So do you know a kilometer to mile ratio?
Yeah.
4,000 kilometers to miles is 2,486 miles.
That's what I can understand.
So that's gonna move from New York to
Cali.
That's all the way across the board. I mean, across the street.
Thank you. Jeremiah 49:31. When these draconian measures come, like you're not gonna have the free access and just walk to these different states. With Second Ezra 15:17, the GNT, there will no longer be free access to the cities.
Right. So you can leave here and go to California. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go through checkpoints. But we're coming to some dire times. Esau is going to shut down this system because he wants you what? For that global system. Right? And I think what's the count? Is it what, 500 million people? So a lot of people have to die because he says, okay, if we have this amount of people, they're easy to be led. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature.
You know, they had like a little test run when the jab was going on between the Alabama line and the Florida line. You know, they had troopers there. If you want from that particular state to have, you know what I'm saying, that documentation that you had already, you know what I'm saying, got your jumper, you know what I'm saying, they wouldn't let you cross over the line between, like, I think it was Mobile into Florida, right there, that line right there.
Jake just told me the military's out there in Memphis right now. The Memphis hoods, so the military out there right now.
I want to say they've been out there
a
couple months.
Yeah. Since the first day down.
Yeah.
Jeremiah 49:32.
All your infrastructure is gonna be destroyed. Go back to that beat some up destruction. I'll go ahead.
This is second Ezra 15, starting at verse 15. It says, "For the sword in their destruction draws nigh, and one people shall stand and fight against another, and swords in their heads."
That's how you define sedition. Sedition goes into to set apart. So that's the definition of sedition right there.
Because look, you got all these different classes against each other. All these different parties.
Yeah.
Liberals versus the conservatives, Republicans, Democrats, the LGBTQ versus
Straight.
Yeah. You got the
Black against white.
black against white, rich against poor.
The rich against
Like Texas. Everybody's from Cali moving to Texas, and that causes conflict. And that's a conservative state. A lot of freaking liberals moving to Texas, pontificating their way. You know.
Verse 16, "But there shall be sedition among men, and hating one another, they should not regard their kings or princes as
The Senate, the local jurisdiction, local
The
governments.
mayors and shit.
The mayors, yeah.
You see it right now.
Council.
On social media, they'll ask America first or Israel first. These so-called, people in Congress, they can't answer the question. Or they tied to the APEC, you know?
Have you seen that young guy? They asked him, he was gonna take the elevator, but he won't open it up, so that nigga took the steps.
They compromise.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. If you can't choose your people over them, that shit crazy, bro.
I would say in America, guys, the worst. Like your government cares about you at least. Out of all the governments in the planet Earth, the American government cares about you people at least. You know, because you look at it, which all these nations.
And radiation and chemtrails and all these different things. You got to capital.
So like, let me look. I did Sirach 10 and I'm starting with 1, really. I'm sorry, Sirach 10 and 1. A wise judge would instruct his people, and the government of prudent man is well ordered.
The government of a prudent man is well ordered. Because prudent means provision. Prudent means to foresee. So you got these laws implemented for the betterment of the people. But what do you call it? The welfare of the people. See, Esau, he issued the instant gratification, but in the long run, it destroys the society. But the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahasham Shai, that's the ultimate prudent man. All right, these laws are for the welfare of the people. You know, you're delaying gratification. There's a restriction, there's a limitation, but then the outcome of limitations and restrictions is preservation. So by having laws that restrict you, you reserve your existence. You preserve your existence. As opposed to the childish ruler, or the prince as a child, now everybody's fat, sick, depressed, you know, can't run, can't walk.
See, when the wicked is in authority, the people more.
Yeah.
You know, when the righteous is in authority, the people rejoice.
Everybody got tapped, debit cards, credit cards, but nobody has gold and silver.
Right.
Nobody ultimately has land. Ultimately, nobody has anything to pass down to their progeny. These little debt slaves, man. That's people mourning.
Like Wisdom Psalm 6:24. With the wise is the welfare of the world, and a wise king is the upholding of the people.
And that's why we're begging. We're that woman begging to Yahweh Bahasham Shai to come take over this world power. Because the wise king is going to be Yahweh Shai. And under him, King David, man. Then the 12 apostles, 144, which makes up the governing body. So we're crying for Captain Planet, Yahweh Shai, to come bring justice to the planet Earth, man. To deliver your wife, the Israelites, bring justice, man. People are mourning.
And then once your house returns, even for the other nations, do you know the increase in their lifespan is going to be? You know what I'm saying? They're going to get to live longer lives, although we know no immortality. I mean, they won't have immortality, but at the same time frame, the law, statutes, and commandments bring life. Esau uses Satanism, and that brings death. And you got motherfuckers like you said, as a boy, 12 years old, can't even run. Got fucking asthma at 4 years old. Pre-diabetic at 7. Age of fucking 7, bro.
What they call it when they be having
Epilepsy.
That's on the rise.
Yes, on the rise. And vaccination. It's like beans.
Verse 2. As judge of the people is himself, also his officers. And what manner of man that ruleth the
Look at
city?
the personnel of Trump. They all Satanism. They all wicked. They all evil. They all hate Jake.
Such as all that dwell therein. Verse 3. An unwise king destroy his people, but through his apprentice.
All these presidents have destroyed the American people.
America really just a corporation being leased. You know how a company, we'll just say, that whole infrastructure, all those buildings are really just being leased to manufacture cars. But if they decide to pull out, the people are what they gonna do? They're gonna be at the unemployment office, they're gonna be filling out applications because it was just something to use to utilize to make money. America has just been a utilization place to create money to further swell the pockets of the elites, man.
It's like a little marketplace.
Yeah, come.
Unwise kings ultimately don't rock the elites. Ultimately, you can put little puppets in a management position, but it's them Rothschilds, man.
Yep.
All right.
But through the primacy of them that are in authority, them that which are in authority, the city should be inhabited.
Through his what?
Authority.
With authority. All right. Prudence is where I'm
All right, verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hands of Yahweh Bashmashah.
all these governments belong to Yahweh Bahashim. They're just playing. He let them play on the earth for a particular period of time. Everybody says in Job, he set for a bound that you cannot surpass. You know?
They show you how he controlled the knobs.
Yeah.
He had America turned up for long. Like he done turned them down, but he turned Iran up. And like, it was like the both sides just pulling all the levers for his will.
They're kind of interlude. Like you like a DJ and you transition to
Oh yeah.
Balancing out. So you have it where you have different frequencies going, and you balance them all out based on how you want said situation, wherever you want to go. In this case, it'd be the Lord. So he's balancing.
the scales. That's the logo, the emblem on the courthouse.
Psalm 75 verse 6. But the motion comes neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But the Most High is the judge. He puts down one, he sets up another.
And that's why you can't make this up, man. You can't how like the Grecians, right? They went from being nomadic wild men to a Grecian empire, world empire. Same thing with the Romans. All right, Job was like, man, I want to have these low lights around my dogs. Next thing you know, they're over Jerusalem. You know what I mean? The account of Yahweh side is when the Romans was already conquered Jerusalem. It was answering to the Romans, man. So, but only a power can do that. And the only power that can do that is Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai.
Guess so.
One more. Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High rules in the kingdom of men and gives it to whomsoever he will and sets up over it the bases of men.
Because those kings, man, they're dealing directly with Yahweh Bashim Shai on the left hand side. Because they have consultants, they have warlocks. And those warlocks consult spirits, but guess what those spirits consult? That's why I said concerning King Ahab, who should be a lying spirit. So the Most High moves directly with the elites, man. Because they have those elites have to deal with his left hand spirits, right?
Which proves the basis of Neil, the Edomites.
Oh yeah.
You know, going back to that image.
Yep.
Now we're at the feet, the foundation of it right now. And we said, listen with iron, miry clay. You know? So from the top to the bottom, you see how more inferior it gets.
Yeah. From gold to silver to brass to iron to select specialty irons. They're great value. Iron is miry clay.
It show you how foolish they is. Just to go into that chain of command you broke down. Because Esau was trying to use Satan to undermine the Most High. But Satan answered to Yahweh Shai answered to the Most High.
But you know what?
And you would think the motherfuckers be asking, saying, like, where the fuck you be going, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, where you be going, man?
When you leave, that's where you be going. Go ahead, brother.
Isaiah 45:17, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord Yahweh, do all these things.
Hey, bro, this ain't about us. Yeah, this ain't about nothing but Yahweh Bahashim Shai. This whole earth game, it's about the all inhabitants acknowledging the grand creator. He's showing his power. That's his thing. What if the Most High willing to make his power known, raised up Pharaoh, raised up Egypt? Like you was going into Job the other day, and it was basically the end result of those missiles that Yahweh's name gonna be known throughout the earth again.
I got who's brother want to kind of bring this up?
This is James chapter 4, verse 17. GNT. This is the decision of the alert and watchful angels. So then let all the people everywhere know that the supreme power has power over human kingdoms, and that he can give them to anyone he chooses, even to those who are least important.
Yeah, that's the GNT version, man. Then it said this is the decision of the angels. The angels watching over these kingdoms, man. Come on, man, it's getting real.
I'm saying this too. That's why when you try to fight against that power, Most I ain't with that. Lord set him up.
You can fight against America in the 1950s, post World War II.
I thought about it too. The reason, even like when Trump did in Venezuela, because them jakes, they still under the curses. So Iran can get active with their Venezuela, they still under the curses. They can't do so. They had to lay down. But see, Iran got another sign.
War.
Curses, Elamar,
Well, I just asked Chat GPT, as of today, where is the doomsday clock? It says as of today, 2026, the doomsday clock is set at 85 seconds to midnight, the closest it has ever been to midnight, which symbolizes global catastrophe. That's it. And this is the closest we ever been to the return of Yahweh Shai, man. That's by way of prophecy.
Doomsday, doom goes into judgment. If you look at that term, it goes into judgment.
And let's go up to the last one.
I had some of the spirit kind of moved. You talking about that woman crying out.
It's Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, in every place, beholding the evil and the good.
What are his eyes? Angels, man. This is Yahweh's kingdom. This is Yahweh's world, man. Nothing is here from him, man. Because he has his surveillance system, man. He has his spies, man. These kingdoms, they get that from Yahweh Bahashem outside. Angel on the words, come and report things back to the Most High. You know? That's why you have chariots, so-called UFOs, man. Those are the angels. Reconnaissance, man.
It's 2nd Ezra 7:43. It says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past.
Which involves what? Thermonuclear destruction and Yahweh Shah return. Because he's bringing the helmet too when he comes back.
So that's a marker. You know how you have a marker on your timeline? Hey, the nuclear missile, that mushroom cloud, that's a marker which caused a split between the end of the kingdom of the heathens, the kingdom of the heathens, and the beginning of the Yahweh Bahashem.
Divide the son of the time.
And we're coming into the kingdom of Jacob, man.
But like you said, our king, out of the Most High plan, he got these nations for to take America off the board, and how Shah come take these nations off the board.
2nd Ezra 13.
You know, because they still have New World Order ambitions. They just, you can tell that they got America like, this bitch can't go. You can tell they got her canceled out. But see, how Shah gonna come and lift that shit in the board all in one swipe.
Everybody think they mess up.
Verse 44 says, intemperance is at the end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and the truth is stronger.
That's pretty much the point, man. Alright, so with that, we're going to draw this to a closing. Once again, we want to give our honor and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua Bahashem Rakadash. I also want to give double honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops of great men from the world. Peace and blessings, to the brothers to the apostolic, the elect. From El Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.